I'll go through a couple of these. I'm actually going to start with example 4. Give it a second to think. Then I'm going to go back to example 1. So this is actually one from the spring semester. I guess in terms of requirements, it's the closest to what you're doing. The difference is like the context for the inquiry project. So that this is their inquiry project page. And for this semester, I had some of this context stuff included in the home page, and then some of the reflective components I had you add into the writing theory. And that's kind of the only huge difference. But they have the same major assignments: annotated bibliography and the digital essay. This is more of a digitally designed, enhanced academic essay, so it's very well designed and clean cut and kind of matches the design of the portfolio as a whole, which is kind of themed after the topic. So I have to move my little window down so I can click on the writing theory part. And again, you can kind of go through, and again, like one of the key things to remember is there's still writing this as, this is still like a digitally designed kind of essay when you're talking about the writing theory. So this concept was strongly reinforced in the Burke's Parlor reading. So they have a quote from that reading. They have right here where I can see, this actually links you. If you click on it, you can see the link. Oh, sorry. If you see the link there at the bottom of the page when I click on it, oh, it's doing something really strange. Okay, let's scroll back down. Sorry, little computer snafu there. If you clicked on it, it would take you to that reading, and then also a piece that shows like what activity they're talking about. So things that are really helpful. So showing me like examples from work or examples of their own writing. I would prefer, like, if you're going to do something like this and show this, you're also going to show like the example of like what you wrote about it. So that's the only thing I would do differently. I'm going to look also at the first example. This is example 1 on the list, and if you want an example, this whole thing also was very well themed, like after their topic. Everything was very consistent and clean and unified and harmonious. For the writing theory, if you want an example of how it's done in terms of the content, this is the example, because this is actually an award-winning reflection piece from the First Year Writing Awards. This was first place in the reflective writing category from submissions from about 2 years ago, I think. So if you want to look at an example of like how to write a good reflection, this is the one to look at. Here is another one. Just shows some different ways you can do it. You can kind of get some ideas for design and how to do things. So this one is, I picked some ones that just were good, but also looked a little bit different. And they themed hers kind of around a quote and picked a consistent like color scheme throughout. And then I believe this is a different one. Okay, yeah. So it's kind of the same thing. Like you can kind of see it's themed differently, designed differently. And I'm hoping by showing some different ones, you'll at least get some different ideas and just a different sense of how you could do it. This one is very kind of clean cut and essayistic and helpful in terms of how, like, when they're naming and describing, love it, the reading, and also explains like what it was and then talks about the work that they did. Super helpful. And then look at the last one. Move this back. And this one is, again, I think we've looked at this as an example of a digital essay, and while my computer is thinking, the digital essay for this one, again, I know I mentioned this already, but the digital essay for this one was an award-winning inquiry writing piece from about a year ago, so this is also a good one to look at. You can also just kind of get some ideas. This one, her topic was children's literature. It was themed very well kind of around that, so you can kind of scroll through this site and get some ideas, and here's some samples. And again, you'll have a chance to, show me your portfolio and talk to me about it before you turn it in. We'll be doing a writing theory kind of collaboration so people can look and get some ideas from what other people in class are doing. This is a very independent project because it is sort of a final exam, but it's a final exam that includes work we've been working on all semester. You get to choose what to talk about. You get to ask for advice and get help before turning it in. So be on the lookout for opportunities for those times to get feedback before you turn in your portfolio. Peace.